Welcome to Calypso Kitchen. My name is Sarah. We are in Bellingham, Washington. I grew up in the Caribbean, in Trinidad and Tobago, and what I do is I really like sharing the recipes that I grew up with, the flavors that I grew up with. At Calypso Kitchen, our whole goal is to show you how you can use ingredients that are available to you wherever you live in the world and create Caribbean flavors out of them. Today we are making a fried rice, and I like to call this a French fried rice. And the reason is, for a lot of us who are busy, we're working, we have kids to feed, we get home in the evening and we're all hungry and we need something in a rush to eat. And this is a recipe that I have found very forgiving. And I say forgiving because I open the refrigerator and whatever is in the refrigerator is what goes into this fried rice. So it's a good way to get rid of all your leftovers in the refrigerator. Today I'm using rice. A lot of times I'll have some quinoa in the refrigerator, some kamut, whatever grain I have in the refrigerator, I'd actually throw it into this as opposed to thinking it has to be rice. The other thing is, this is a recipe where I find myself eating a lot of vegetables and not thinking about it. So basic pantry ingredients that I have: salt and black pepper. I'm using a little bit of pink Himalayan salt because that's what I have in my kitchen. We are using some vegetable oil and we're using sesame oil. I like to mix it a little bit. We're using some soy sauce. We are using chicken that I had, rotisserie chicken. We're using some eggs, fried eggs. We're using rice. As for vegetables, we had some broccoli, we have mushrooms, we have bell peppers, we have onions. Ginger is a must. I have some bean sprouts, I have some bok choy, some green onions. And for plating, I like my plate to look really good aesthetically, so I like to put some sprouts on top and slice some avocados on it. So we are gonna walk over to our wok and get this fried rice going, and I'll show you how quick and easy it is to put it together. So we're gonna make our fried eggs for our fried rice. Putting a bit of oil in the pot. I am doing a mixture of vegetable and sesame oil. There we have our eggs in the pot. I'm going to put add a little bit of salt to it to flavor it, a little bit of black pepper, and that's it. We just basically want to fry those eggs up, and going to scramble it up a little bit in the pan. There we go. We have our eggs fried up for our egg fried rice, and it's done. So we are using a wok today to make our fried rice. If you don't have a wok at home, go right ahead and use whatever non-stick skillet you have. I'm adding some oil to the pan, a little bit of that vegetable oil, and then I'm gonna add some sesame oil to it. Get a little sizzle going there, and we are going to add our ingredients. We are adding some onions to the pan, some fresh ginger and some fresh garlic, and we're gonna stir that around a bit. Some of our scallions got in there as well. But giving this a quick stir. Gonna add the rest of those onions. And I am going to add my bell peppers and carrots to the pan at this point in time. And that's okay if some of the ingredients get a little bit mixed up, because it's all going to be mixed up eventually. So I'm using a wok, and this is on pretty high heat. So this is going to cook fairly quickly. At this point in time, I am going to add my bok choy. Adding the rest of my carrots that did not get added in there. And some celery. And I'll give that another little stir. I'm also going to season with some salt and black pepper at this point in time, because I want those vegetables to be seasoned as well. Going to add our broccoli, chopped up broccoli to the pot as well. And our mushrooms. At this point in time, we just want to ensure our vegetables get cooked We added some broccolini in there, and broccolini tends to be a little tougher to cook, takes a little longer, so we're going to allow it enough time to cook. All these flavors are melding into one. Add some soy sauce into our vegetable mix here. I am going to add our fried eggs to the pan. And I am also going to add our chicken, our chopped up chicken to the pan. I keep saying pan, but I'm using a wok. Give that a little bit of a stir. Seasoning again with a little bit of salt and black pepper. Keep in mind that we used soy sauce in here, so soy sauce does add a salty flavor. So be gentle with the amount of salt that you're adding. And at this point in time, I am going to add our rice to the pan. So I am using a brown rice. You use whatever rice you like or whatever it is you have in the refrigerator to finish this recipe off. And I like to wait till the last moment to add these. We are going to add our scallions or green onions. And we are adding some bean sprouts as well to the recipe. And giving that a stir. So we have our fried rice made, and I wanted to share a couple little things that I may not have been able to share with you while we were making the recipe. It's such a quick recipe. It's going to be really quick and easy for you if you try this at home. So a couple of things to note. When we start making our fried rice, when we get that wok or that pan on the stove, you want to crank that up really, really high. This is a recipe that, as I said, finishes really quickly, but we need a really high heat. I put in the oils that I'm using into the wok, and then I add my aromatics. So my garlic, my onion, my ginger goes into the pan, and that cooks up really quickly because the oil is really hot and the pan is really hot. And right after that goes in the pan, you want to start adding your vegetables in increments. By that, what I mean is you want to add your vegetables that are going to take longer to cook first, or whatever ingredients you're adding to the wok, you want to add the ones that are going to take longer first so that they get cooked up a little bit, because again, the recipe goes really quickly. So you want to make sure everything gets cooked to the right consistency. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. Join us again at Calypso Kitchen. Go to calypso.kitchen on our website. Take a look at what we have to offer. We do have a weekly heat and eat menu. It changes every week, so you can go on there and order your meals. Pickup and deliveries are on Tuesday of every week. We also have a YouTube channel, and we are on social media. So go look for calypso.kitchen. Make any comments, ask any questions, reach out to me if you want to ask me something. Bon appetit. Enjoy.